John, who's a Manchester City fan, who joins us on the game day phone-in. Good evening, John.
Good evening, John.
Good evening, Gabby. I spoke to you quite hot and majestic. I've not spoke to you yet, mate.
It's nice to speak to you, John.
Yeah, good man. The blueprint set, isn't it? 70 minutes, hang on to our shirt tails. You're not going to have the ball. Give them the ball. Yeah? Keeping that game till 70 minutes and then throw the kitchen sink at us. We can't keep a clean sheet. That Mateta was running off, chasing down cul-de-sacs a lot of the time. And then this chat of Spring Elise, which they did a few occasions. So they're getting in behind. Then it's 2-1. Then the panic button. So just before that, a little spell of possession, Crystal Palace. And I said, Phil Foden in the second half has been ineffectual. So hook him, put Kovacic in there, stiffen up that midfield. Take Guardiola off. He was acting as a left winger, which we weren't deploying. I said, stick Nathan Ake out on the left flank and put John Stones in that role and just stiffen that midfield up.
Do you reckon that Pep just thought, it's Crystal Palace, comfortable? Because you were very comfortable, weren't they, at 2-0, comfortable game. And all of a sudden you get that goal and it's like, uh-oh.
No, do you know the way I described this? And it's happened against Liverpool, who should have been put to bed by half-time. Majestic, I'm sorry to say it, lad, but your Spurs should have been put to bed at half-time.
Yeah, we should have been, absolutely.
They're all in there at 70 minutes. The best analogy, Gab, right? A sprinter celebrating after 95 yards. He's got his arms in the air. Yeah, I've won this. And bang, somebody on the rail takes him. We can't get going again. They've got the momentum, and if that game would have carried on for another 5 minutes, there would have been a winner, but it wouldn't have been us.
Yeah. You know what? You've not been as clinical. It's just Manchester City have not been as clinical, because you mentioned that Spurs game, John. Haaland had that open goal, didn't he? And obviously Doku as well hit the bar. You just haven't been taking the chances.
So what I've been saying, we profligate in front of goal, even though we are scoring goals, but it's the chances created, the conversions. You with me? So they're not half chances. Haaland, open goal. That's 2 points, isn't it, Majestic, really?
You should have been, absolutely.
You know, I think you missed John the most. I know you missed Kevin De Bruyne, but you missed Mahrez. Mahrez was so underrated.
And Gundo, you missed Gundo.
Gundo, exactly. Because what we play on is rhythm and tempo. Yeah. And Gundog set rhythm and tempo. And it was like a metronome. And he would pop the ball off, get the ball, go on and sit. Rhythm and tempo is not in our game this season, and nobody can set that rhythm and tempo. At the start of the game, Crystal Palace were wasting absolute eternities on throw-ins, dead balls, you name it. And I said to the lads who sit next to me, I said, 70 minutes in, they're going to be throwing themselves to the ground outside the box for dead balls, because they're all tall lads and they're good in the air, you know, like that Anderson and Mateta. They're going to be playing for the dead ball situations round our box and hoping to get back into the game. Not only did they get back into the game, they took the game away from us. And if, like I say, 5 more minutes on that clock, and we would have ended up losing that game 3-2. And they had a dead ball at the last play of the game, and I thought, I could see us losing this. I said, but you can't retain your title in December, but you can half go a long way to not retaining it. I think that's where we're at the moment, gentlemen. I'm sorry to say.
Yep. Brilliant call there from John. He's absolutely right. They've not been clinical in front of goal, have they, Manchester City, at important times. Like that in the moment he mentioned the Spurs game. Haaland, that was an open goal.
No, of course, but what worries me a bit about City is the defending. And could that cost them later in the Champions League? Because the first Crystal Palace goal, it's too easy. You know, Jeffrey Sloop runs through, too easy. Diaz isn't tight enough, doesn't stop the cross, and then Mateta taps it in. They look like they're too easy to score against now as well, Manchester City, as well as being wasteful in front of goal.